Alright, now this is segment 2 of our first episode.
Of Metal Minute with Moss.
And in keeping with the theme of Metallica,
we decided to make this section, the debate section, all about Metallica.
Now the first thing we're going to talk about
is what I mentioned.
Such a stupid comment.
Well, what I mentioned, shut up. What I mentioned in the first segment about how the new album, Death Magnetic, hold up the book, how Death Magnetic has a lot of memorable songs on it, just like Master of Puppets has a lot of memorable songs on it.
Alright.
Now, he wants to prove me wrong, so go ahead, Lackey.
Alright. Alright.
Hey, you gonna slap me?
No.
Okay.
I would. But anyway, now, in order to do that, you'd have to say that song by song, they're memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first song...
That's what I meant.
First song on this album.
I'm not comparing
hold on.
songs.
I know, I'm just saying. First song on this album, That Was Just Your Life.
Right.
Decent song. I'll remember it for a few years. Battery is the first song off of Master of Puppets. Same clean intro, same pounding riffs afterwards, great solo, great fills. Battery. Memorable for, I think, since 1987. 87? Okay.
87.
Since 1987. Battery.
Or 86.
86, whatever.
Close enough, you know.
Yeah. Battery. Greatest, like one of the greatest Metallica songs, in my opinion. Pounding. If you're going to compare that song by song, then Battery completely kills That Was Just Your Life. First song.
Well, no, but I'm not saying
Hold on.
compare this song to this song. I'm just saying in general.
And I'm saying in general, you're comparing, song by song. I'm going to compare album by album. Now, the end of the line. Now, that would follow the same structure as Master of Puppets, the title track. This album doesn't even have a title track for one thing. It bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But, anyway, Master of Puppets starts off with 4 chords, and then insane picking, end of the line. Not nearly as good as MOP.
Well, why does it have to match up with the tracks? I mean, Broken, Beaten, Scarred is not the thing that should not be.
You're right, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I would make it more like an All Night Long. I mean, they're both in drop D, first of all.
So what? You know what? Hold on. So what you're saying is, song by song they're not alike, but album to album they are both memorable.
Yes.
That's the point you're trying.
I'm
so
saying
you're saying
it's
that,
a very.
You're saying that Death Magnetic by Metallica, newest album, just as memorable as Master of Puppets.
Well, this came out in 2008. We're in 2009.
But will you remember this in 2026 or 2028?
I would say I would.
Will you still be listening to this in 2028? Will this be certified as one of the greatest albums of all time? Will this have any of the greatest solos of all time in 2028?
I didn't say that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying.
listen
That's
to me.
what I'm trying to make.
These first 7 songs, forget these last 3. That Was Just Your Life, The End of the Line, Broken, Beaten, Scar, The Day That Never Comes, All Night Long, Cyanide, and The Unforgiven 3 are very powerful, memorable songs. I'm going to remember these for a long time.
Alright, and then of course we have to go to the songs on Master of Puppets, just to name the songs. Battery.
Okay.
I've already said why Battery is the best.
Yeah, Battery, Master of Puppets, The Thing That Should Not Be. Keep going.
Sanitarium, okay? That was based on a book. Are any of the songs there based on a book? No, that's a good book, because I read the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was a great book. I saw the movie. Not as good as the book, but still good. Jack Nicholson was funny. Okay. Disposable Heroes. You know that that's one of my favorite songs off the album.
Yeah.
It sounds like Ride the Lightning, but better. It sounds better than Ride the Lightning-esque songs. So, that's that. Leper Messiah. I might not think too highly of that song, but it's got a catchy chorus. But the fact is, Leper Messiah, one of my least favorite, not my least favorite, but one of my least favorite songs on Master of Puppets,
right, mine
kills every song, except for maybe those, wait, no.
Except for maybe Cyanide and All Night Long.
No, except for All Night Long. Damage Incorporated. You know that you get the chills when he says, Damage Incorporated, in a whisper right after the chorus. That's all I've got to say. That's all of the songs on Master of Puppets. There are less songs on Master of Puppets than there are on Death Magnetic. Each one on its own kills that out. Like you said before, if these could all be a single, so could every song off of Master of Puppets.
Right, and
Your
that's...
turn.
Well, the point I was trying to make, I'm just saying that he just proved me right. He said that every song on Master of Puppets could be single, and there's only 8 songs on that album. And the first 7 on this album could all be single. So what the point I was trying to make is that these are memorable. These can be very big if they were just on their own.
But 7,
like if
7 out of 10 is not a ratio that you can go with compared to like 8 out of 8, I think. I'm just going to say that now. One whole is better than 7 out of 10 or 7 out of 11. I'm not sure how many songs there are on Death Magnetic. 10? Sorry, 7 out of 10. The ratio isn't the same. And also you're comparing 2 different Metallicas. You're comparing Metallica to like 22 years ago, or 23 now, I think.
23.
23 years ago. You're comparing it to when James Hetfield still had his good voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You're comparing it to when Kirk Hammett was younger. You're comparing it to when Lars Ulrich didn't suck.
Right.
And you're comparing it to, I believe, Cliff Burton was still on Master of Puppets.
Yeah, Ride the Lightning was the last album that he did.
So then he wasn't on Master of Puppets.
Right.
Okay. Well then whatever. But yeah, that's my point. You're comparing 2 different Metallicas. You can't do it. That's like comparing Barbie and Metallica. It
What?
doesn't work.
So you're saying that this Metallica is Barbie?
In comparison, yes. In comparison to Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, which had a Cliff Burton bass solo that you admitted yesterday was impressive.
It is pretty damn impressive. You gotta listen to that song.
You just proved me right. Right there.
But that's a different album, though.
Fine. You've heard of, have you heard Orion? No, you haven't. Have you heard, alright, there's no other instrumental. You've heard Sanitarium. You listened to it with me yesterday. We listened to it 4 times yesterday. We listened to Disposable Heroes 3 times yesterday. Did we even touch this album yesterday? I don't believe that when it was your turn to pick a song, you picked up Death Magnetic. No, you ended up going with Ride the Lightning and Revolver Contraband.
Which we'll talk about
Next
in
week. Yeah.
Another couple episodes.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so... Your turn.
You're gonna see it first here. You're gonna watch me cry when I lose the debate.
Alright, that's segment 2. He
That
just
is
admitted his defeat.
segment number 2. Wait, before we shut off the camera, I just want to give you a little taste. Where'd my remote go?
Oh, it should be somewhere. You know what? Forget it.
There it is. I want to give you a little taste of what I think makes a great song.
Which song are you going to? Silence. Cyanide.
See, kind of lazy intro. It's just the same thing over and over again. But this is kind of a build-up.
You see, I am twitching to the rhythm that Lars Ulrich plays his cymbals.
Alright, so he doesn't turn into Satan.
Oh, thank you. Alright, that's all Nightmare Long, and that's segment 2.